Peace. What's good, fam? It's your brother Koo. So today I want to discuss dealing with entities. Okay, now being part of a foreign estate, which simply just means being a citizen, a member of a entity. That could be a trust. You being a member of a trust can make you a citizen of that trust. So when you understand that everything is trust law, the United States Republic of North America is a trust. Everyone in public office is trustees. All right, given grace to be here by their queen. And we giving the queen the permission or the authority to come upon our land, right? Place certain foreigners or residents wherever they may be and implement them into an infrastructure that will help suit them. Because don't forget, right? We helped our cousins who were retreating from England, from King George. Yeah, they were our cousins, but that doesn't mean we was all right. Just because there was Moors over there doesn't mean they was living by love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice at all times. We was doing some fuckery shit. Therefore, the result of that was, you know what I'm saying, being that our cousins came over here and searched for a better life for themselves and their posterity. They saw how we was living over here. You know what I'm saying? We were people of good heart. We're golden people. We're sun people. So we said, you know what? Come down. Come over here. You know what I'm saying? Settle down. Settle down, and we're going to help you release yourselves or free yourselves from the queen. This is why there are quote-unquote Europeans or Caucasians on the landmass today. It was all given by a grant via peace treaty. Okay? So, obviously, the treaty is working because they're still here. So, if they weren't here, if there was no treaty, there would be nobody here except for us. Right? Unless we were still dealing with some real colonization, like not no behind your back type shit. I'm talking about like walk right up in your face. Bow! One Aboriginal down. It ain't that type of colonization. So, therefore, there's a certain way we no longer need to be thinking. Even with China and Russia and all these things coming over here, they're not coming over here for us. They're coming over here for the disobedient subjects of the Queen of England. That's why the Pope came over here in 2014. He shut everything down. The Pope's civil orders. Explain to you what he is, what Obama is. Obama's just the CEO, or was a CEO. No different than what Trump is right now. A CEO. CEO of a company, a bankrupt organization called the United States, which is actually an appendage of the Moorish Empire. This is why when you look on the back of that dollar bill, there's two seals. The pyramid and the eagle. They're both one. You know how you know they're both one? Because right in between both of them, you have it in big, broad spelling. O-N-E. One. Those two seals are one. Meaning this, and also to reference that, that's codified in the letter from George Washington to the Sultan of Morocco, where he thanks the Sultan for granting to him his dominions. Now, George Washington's writing from New York in 1789 in December. So, if he's writing from New York, thanking the Sultan of Morocco for his dominions, obviously you ain't gonna write to somebody thanking them for their dominions if the shit ain't their dominions. You understand what I'm saying? This is the Maghreb Al-Aqsa. If y'all didn't realize, this is the Maghreb, the land of the Berbers. All right, the L's and the Bays, the lawgiver and the lawgiver or writer, and the law enforcer, mother and father. All right, this is who we are as people. So, you know, to nationalize is one thing. The key is not in nationalization. The key is in family. Always remember this, family. The key is in numbers. The key is in numbers. The key is in numbers. You ain't gonna get nothing done without the family. That doesn't mean you can't make moves or you can't get to where you can get to. What I'm saying is, if we truly want to establish ourselves as an autochthon, self-governing people, We got to do it together. It ain't going to be done one at a time. I'm sovereign here, I'm sovereign there. I'm going to need y'all to catch up because y'all still studying, so y'all not sovereign yet. No, we all need to be together. When we are all together as one, then we are sovereign. But I ain't sovereign. Because everyone out here considers me crazy, so it's not like I'm a threat. Now, unless there's numbers, then it's a threat. Always think about that. Whenever the leaders could those old leaders, those black leaders, whenever they can round up big numbers, that's when it became a threat. You know what I'm saying? El-Hajj Malik, who woke up, he became a threat. Martin Luther King became a threat. Michael Jackson, a threat. Prince, a threat. You know what I'm saying? Everyone who can speak to a large mass of people and have their attention, they are considered a threat. And if they know what I know, where they're at that level of where they're at in terms of the entertainment business, they're going to be gone. Bye-bye. 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 You know what I'm saying? Because the system is doing everything in their power to try to hide this information. They can't kill us. They can't kill us because they need us to manifest everything here. If we are... Everybody on this planet comes from the original source, including myself. So everyone on this planet is branched off from the original source. So to remove the original source essentially means to remove yourself. This is why they can't kill us. If they remove us as Aborigines off the planet, the earth will die. We have a contract with the earth. We are united. We are one. When we breathe, the earth breathes. When our heart beats, the earth's heart beats. When I think, the earth thinks. It's reciprocal. The earth is alive and well and kicking. You know what I'm saying? So when you nationalize, the thing or the theme is to combine or join up with like-minded brothers and sisters. Form your own indigenous tribe. Secure that tribe under a trust, a foreign trust. Just know one thing: a government always has a few things. A government has a seal. A government has a flag. Okay? A government has at least 10 to 13 individuals. Okay? A government has a constitution and bylaws. Remember that. A company has bylaws. A company has bylaws. This is what distinguishes a company from a government. A company can have bylaws or charters, but a government has a constitution and a charter or bylaws. Okay? A government, a true de jure government, has a constitution and bylaws. And guess what? Being the Aboriginal peoples on this landmass called America, we have a right. If you don't know what I'm talking about, read up on the Declaration, United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. Now, the United Nations isn't giving us any rights that we didn't have before. But if you want to see what we're capable of, read up on that document. Because it'll give you just a gist of the power that we already have inside us. That book or that document for me was a reminder of how powerful I am. This is why I appreciate that document. But nowhere in my mind am I under the understanding that that document or the United Nations is authorizing me or giving me power that supersedes the power of my creator. You see what I'm saying? Because the United Nations was formed in 1950s. And before it was called the United Nations, it was called the League of Nations. Okay? You need to read up on the GATT. Okay? The GATT. Tariffs and trade. And also you need to read up on the EU. Because all that is tied together with the EU union. Right? Because like I said, everyone who is a subject here from England is property of the Queen. There ain't no getting out of that. There ain't no getting out of that for every other people except the original peoples of anywhere they're at. If you ain't original to where you're at, you are subject to the Queen or subject to the Pope. This is why the Pope came back here in 2014, told everybody to drop all their weapons because they're going to do a roundup. They're going to do a roundup of everyone who is not Aborigine. And if you have the concept that you are Black African American, then guess what? You are also a threat to the purge, and you will also be dealt with I don't know, FEMA concentration camp. I do know one thing. Everyone who's not Aboriginal or indigenous to this land, there will be a time where everyone will be sent back to where they come from. This is the point where Drew Ali is saying that every man and woman must worship, must go back and stand under their own vine and fig tree. Meaning we have to go back and create our own government, create our own trust, create our own businesses, create our own everything. Food, clothing, gain housing, land. This is the power. This is the power that Drew Ali said it was going to take 50 years for the most to realize what he did. Because I realized what he did. We can stand on our own. Now, it doesn't mean every temple is the same. Everyone has a right to be unique and different. For me and my temple, or my government, or my tribe operates according to the Zodiac Constitution, and we have our own bylaws called the Passage of Unity. Okay? So once again, we have our Constitution in place, we have our bylaws. Stick by your Constitution. And that's all I got to say on that, Morris. Peace.